Welcome to the Plant-Based Podcast. Did you know that plants are truly amazing? Not only can you grow them and eat them, you can also wear them, drink them, nourish your skin with them, and so much more. Let Ellen and Michael inspire you to love plants as much as they do, as they chat with the movers and shakers in this wonderful plant-based world. So, let's dig in.
Introducing our sponsor, LAVA-LITE. Orchid Grow Plus is the purple one. Orchid plant care can be very tricky. Orchid Grow Plus takes care of orchids effortlessly. Perfect for mixing with bark and other media, Orchid Grow Plus helps to maintain stability and increases airflow to the roots, and it will not break down like other organic matter or media. Choosing Orchid Grow Plus is the perfect solution to make caring for your orchids simple. Look out for it online or in your local gardening store. Hey guys, so sometimes, particularly on my own social media, you might have seen a mention of Fleuroselect in recent months. It's an award that some plants can go on to achieve in their lifetime. But what exactly is this rather official sounding organisation? Well, if you're an industry professional or a home gardener, Fleuroselect will be very important to you. For more than 50 years, industry professionals have joined together to test and evaluate new pot and bedding plants. They promote award winners, protect member varieties, network with each other, and contribute to the development and advancement of our wonderful horticultural industry. Today, I'm very lucky to be speaking to the secretary, who is Jennen, and we're going to find out all about how it works. So welcome to the podcast, Anne. How are you?
Hello, Michael. Glad to be with you. I'm fine, and you?
Yes, and you're in Belgium right now because you live in Belgium and you're from Belgium, right?
That's right. I'm in Belgium and I'm working for a Dutch organization, so mainly working from the office at home, and then going to the Netherlands once per week to meet up with my colleagues and to take all the appointments and whatever.
Beautiful. So before we talk about the Fleuroselect organization as a whole, tell us a little bit about your backdrop as well.
I'm a marketing expert, really. I used to work, before I joined Fleuroselect, I used to work in marketing for L'Oreal. I used to work with colors and fragrances. And so in a way, I've kept doing that. I used to do it with makeup and beauty stuff. And now I'm still working with beautiful products, however, with plants and flowers now.
Wow, that's amazing. So such a long, varied career.
Yeah.
And how long have you been involved with Fleuroselect? Because you're the secretary, and what exactly does that mean? Because in my eyes, you're the most important person there.
It's not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm the secretary general. I basically I'm in charge of running the office, really. But it's all about teamwork. There's 4 of us in the office. But I've been with the organization for 11 years now. I've joined as their marketing expert in April 2012, I think that was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then 1.5 years ago, they asked me whether I wanted to take up the Secretary General role. And I thought, well, either I will have a new boss very soon, or I will just do it myself, really. And I thought, well, let's do the last one.
Well, no, you're doing such a brilliant job, and I've met you on many of the different events, and you've got the right kind of balance of just being knowledgeable, like knowing what to get done when it needs to get done, but also having a really likable, bubbly personality as well. Do you like being called bubbly?
Oh, that's really kind. Thank you. Well, I'm a rather modest person, really, and I still have lots to learn. But I love the industry. I love the product that we're working with. I love all the people that I'm in contact with, and I'm really grateful for all the opportunities that I have. That I get through this job somehow. So yes, I'm having big fun.
And another thing that really helps you is you speak how many languages? 3, 4?
5.
5. Wow. That's really impressive. How did you need to learn those for your job, or how did you end up speaking so many different languages? I guess living in Europe helps first of all.
Yes, and also, being Belgian. So I am from Belgium. My mother tongue is Dutch. Now, Dutch is not such a big language like English, so you sort of have to learn English. You have to learn other languages.
Mm-hmm.
Even as a child, when you grow up, everything at television or in the cinema, it's all in English. It's all dubbed. So English, you sort of learn it really quickly. And also my first boyfriend was an American, so that really helped too. Then French is our second language, and I really wanted to get the hang of that. So I went to France for my university studies, which helped a lot. So that's how I learned French. You know that I've been married to a German for a long time. So the father of my children is German. So that's how the German gets in. And the Italian, well, I've always loved that as a language, just the way it is. We always went there for holidays and all that. So yeah, that's how you end up with 5 languages.
That's amazing. Sometimes I wish I wasn't from England because there's so much less incentive to learn those different languages, and not in an arrogant way, but just in how the world works and everything you've just explained as well. So yeah, I've just got a little bit of pidgin Dutch.
I understand you when you speak Dutch. In back your coffee, and I got that. Yeah,
the basics. Oh,
nice accent. All right. Yeah.
But let's get on to Fleuroselect, because there's so much that happens behind the scenes to make sure that home gardeners get good garden plants. And Fleuroselect is a big part of that. And they may or may not have heard of Fleuroselect. I know that Thompson & Morgan certainly used to print when there was a Fleuroselect Gold Medal Award or a quality mark in their catalogues. But where will we have seen Fleuroselect mentioned? And basically, in just a paragraph, what is Fleuroselect?
Well, we are the trade organization of breeders and young plant producers, really. We are international, and we focus a lot on promotion and networking. In the profession, and I think in the professional part of the business, you come across us quite a lot, really. Breeders and young plant producers, they make use of our brands, Gold Medals and Fleurostar, to promote their new varieties to growers and buyers. So that's at industry level. Now at consumer level, you might have seen our logos on pictorial seed packets, or you might have admired some of our winners in some of our display gardens.
And I guess this whole kind of, you're testing plants, but also you're allowing breeders, developers to network, which ultimately gives us exchange of ideas, better plants as well, because everyone's working towards that common goal of always improving a good garden or landscaping plant, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
So with the trialing, because the trialing takes part in more than one location as well, how does that process all work, please?
Yeah, we've got trial gardens we've got 10 to 15 trial gardens spread out over Europe, really. It's a way of helping growers and retailers to make a first selection, really, between all the new varieties that are offered. So how are you as a grower or a retailer, how are you supposed to know which ones are the best, really, and from all the new varieties that are offered on an annual basis? So what we do as an organization, we test new breeding for our members, and we compare that to existing varieties on the market. We've got 10 to 15 trial grounds. They're spread out over Europe. And if a new variety performs better than an existing one, so if a new variety performs better than the comparisons, then it is awarded a gold medal. And you can use the gold medal. It's a sort of trademark, and you can use that for your own marketing. And also we, from our side, we promote these winners to the international trade.
And there's obviously lots of different criteria for the testing, and there's a panel at each garden that then goes and visits the plants on a regular basis as well. How does that work?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Well, we have 10 to 15 trial gardens, and each trial garden has their own judge. They're spread out over Europe. We've got some in the north, we've got some in Sweden, we have some in Italy, we've got some in the UK. In the UK, we have our trial gardens at Flora Nova and at Mr. Fothergill's. Then we've got some in Poland, in the Netherlands, in Germany, in France. So it's really spread out. Each trial garden has an own judge. So the new variety is sown or planted, comparison varieties next to it, and then the new variety is followed and scored throughout the entire season on a certain set of criteria, which includes innovation, uniformity, growing or garden performance, but also the flowering window, the number of flowers, the tolerance, all that. And if in the end the new variety performs better, then it obtains a gold medal.
Okay, and some of those gardens are actually in public areas as well. That must be quite interesting to get a bit of public input at that kind of really early stage as well. Because I know there was a Fleuroselect garden at Wisley. There was a certain one at the kids' theme park in Holland as well.
Yeah.
How does that play?
Yeah, Sprookjes Wonderland, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Do the public realise what they're seeing, and do they ever give any live feedback to you guys?
Well, I suppose so. Well, usually, we've got trial gardens. The trial gardens in the UK, for example, for Nova and Mr. Fothergill's, you sort of need to make an appointment to go there. Okay. However, all the seed of our winning varieties, we send that to display gardens worldwide. And it's botanical gardens or high-level parks with lots of flowers in it, like the island of Mainau. Mm-hmm. And there the public can see the newest varieties, and there they can be inspired for their own gardens. And in the UK, for example, I know that we are working together with RHS. So if you go to Hyde Hall, to the Floral Fantasia part, or to Harlow Park, or to Wisley, Rosemore, you can see the latest breeding varieties of the Fleuroselect members. And you basically, as a consumer, you will be able to see what will be in the garden centers next year, the year afterwards, what's upcoming, the latest varieties, that's what you see.
And I know at the Floral Fantasia, they had a customer, like a visitor vote as well, which was an interesting way of getting the public involved at that stage, wasn't it?
True. That's something that we would like to. That's something that I would like to have in the Netherlands and in Germany. It's a very, very interesting concept, which brings very valuable information for our members. It's something that I would like to. How do you say that? That I would like to expand. That I would like to. I would like to continue to work with that.
Yeah.
Idea.
It's nice to give that insight as well to see what the consumer really thinks, because I think sometimes, obviously, developers, breeders, buyers, there's a lot of different kind of people in that chain, and sometimes the message kind of maybe gets diluted or changed, and it's nice to talk direct to consumers or gardeners sometimes as well. So
absolutely. So we really appreciate the People's Choice Award. We really like that concept, and we value that information always a great deal.
And so obviously there's a gold medal. There's also a novelty mark. How do they differ between each other?
Well, the novelty mark, it's about protection, really. So the gold medal is meant to promote new breeding. The gold medal stands for a breakthrough in breeding, and it's a real promotional tool. Whereas the novelty mark rather is a way of protecting your variety. So varieties that are tested in our trials and that are sufficiently new and uniform, we grant them an approved novelty status. Mm-hmm. And it means that they are protected from reproduction by the Fleuroselect Gentleman's Agreement.
Like a copyright almost.
Yeah, sort of, except that it doesn't mean anything in court, right? It's just a gentleman's agreement. It's something that our members have agreed amongst them. They have agreed to not reproduce each other's varieties without consent. And it works really well. I think about once per year, one of our members contacts us with an infringement, and then we usually contact the other. And then we usually contact the other party. We act a little bit like a mediator. And almost always both parties, they reach an agreement, and then it's fine. So it's it works really well.
Yeah. Okay, and obviously when they win a gold medal, part of that is kind of part of obviously being involved in Fleuroselect is to open up a lot of marketing doors as well. And when a company with a variety wins a gold medal, you actually then assist the breeder with some of that marketing as well, don't you? How does that work, please?
Yeah, we do. I've got a marketing background, and my colleagues in the office, that's what we really like to do. We give the award-winning breeders, so the companies, we provide them with materials that they can use and they can implement in their own marketing schemes. And then we, from our side, we launch an international promotion campaign towards the international trade. Press and towards the industry as well. That includes press releases, participation to trade fairs, social media messaging, lots of fun stuff, really.
Hmm. So Fleuroselect this is for seed varieties. So this is packet seed. But how about plants? You've actually got the flower trials, which is an event that started, oh gosh, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago or so. And that is obviously an event where about 60, 70, you might correct me there, greenhouses open their doors, show what they've created. And there's an award that is attached to that as well, which is the Fleuro Star. Now that is a little bit different because that is to do with veg prop plants. Is that right, Anne?
Well, actually, that's no, not in that respect. The gold medals. So the Fleuroselect annual trials, they are both for seed and for cuttings. We can trial cutting. We've had gold medal winners from cuttings as well. There was a very nice selenium from Syngenta 1 or 2 years ago, for example. We've had lovely gold medal winners from Selecta 1 too, also from cuttings. Mm-hmm. And then actually the gold medal stands for breakthrough in breeding, and that one focuses on grower and garden performance. Mm-hmm. Our Fleuro Star, that one focuses on the wow factor at point of sale. So in terms of timing, that's sort of in between. And you are right to the extent that Fleuro Star indeed takes place during flower trials in week 24. But other than that, it's not very much linked. So gold medal is a breakthrough in breeding, and Fleuro Star focuses on the wow factor at point of sale.
Mm-hmm. I think because when I was much younger at Thompson & Morgan, I think in those days I got to know the Fleuroselect, and this is when companies were only really doing seed varieties, and I guess veg prop kind of really started, during my time at Thompson & Morgan, and now that is obviously a big market as well, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, most likely. It's true. Fleuroselect was set up originally. The origins was all seed, and the veg prop came in later. That's for sure. Yeah.
So with the Fleuro Star, this is about point of sale interest, the wow factor, how a plant looks on the garden centre bench. So does that still consider performance of the plant as well, or is more kind of the impulse purchase factor?
Well, it's more about what you see. The scoring criteria are twofold. It's not complicated at all. It's visual impact at point of sale and commercial potential. Mm-hmm. But of course, our members, Fleuro Star, it's an important prize, and our members would never put forward a product that does not perform in the garden. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But theoretically, you're right. Theoretically, it's about what you see at point of sale. So really, it would be my mother or your neighbor going to the garden center looking for a nice plant, a nice attractive plant to put on the balcony or on the terrace. Looking around, what catches the eye? Oh, that one looks great.
Yeah, exactly. And I think sometimes we can get a little bit too caught up on performance with plants. Like personally, I think it is not a bad thing to just buy something that is exciting. You put it on your patio table. It looks great for 3 or 4 weeks, the same amount of time, if not more, than a bunch of flowers. And then you might, heaven forbid, put it on the compost heap. But that plant has given you that amazing wow factor, and that is the impact. So we should never feel guilty if a plant is a little bit more short term. But I imagine in many instances, these are also good performing plants because they're coming from many top breeders across Europe, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. They're fantastic. And I absolutely agree with you. Most of them, they last. Well, actually, as we're speaking, I'm looking at our recent Fleuro Star winner, Armand de Villa.
You have one.
It's mid-October now. It won the award in June. I took that plant from the contest. I took it home. Well, perks of the job, and I also need to test. Of course, it's about quality control too. I'm looking at it. It's mid-October and it's still looking fantastic on my garden table. So most of them perform very, very well. It's not an official criteria, but they perform really, really well. However, that said, I absolutely agree with you. Even if a plant has a shorter flowering window, that's absolutely fine. It's still much better than a bunch of flowers.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, really, really agree. How about, are there any Fleuroselect gold medal winners that really went on? I imagine there's lots of them, but is there one that sticks in your mind of kind of really going on to achieve big industry success and kind of almost fame as well?
Yeah, plenty. There's plenty of them.
Yeah.
Do you remember the strawberry Toscana?
Yeah. And that really put strawberries on the map as well, didn't it? As a
That
budding
was a
basket.
Fleurostar winner. Yeah. Yeah, a strawberry Toscana was a Fleurostar winner, and the winning Fleurostar opened a huge amount of doors for that variety, and it really put the company on the map as well. And do you remember Petunia Night Sky?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
See, that was a Fleurostar winner too, and after winning Fleurostar, it achieved worldwide recognition. I'm sure that you know Cosmos Sonata.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a gold medal winner in the 90s and has ever since become the new sort of standard in Cosmos in the market. The Louisia from Louisia Elise, for example, it doesn't need to overwinter anymore to induce flower production. So that was a big breakthrough, and that was a very nice gold medal for me too. I thought it was really something special. And then several of the Profusion and the Zahara Zinnia series, they obtained a gold medal. More recently, the Verbena bonariensis, Vanity. It's much more compact than the existing varieties that many people have in the gardens.
And
it might very well become a new benchmark too. Because the big bonariensis sometimes, they tend to fall over and to flop, and the Vanity is much more compact if that's what you like.
And it brings that garden look into a container as well, which I think is great, because then it's super accessible, definitely.
I think that many consumers have one of our winners in their garden without realizing.
Yeah, definitely. And you've also had a really good promo over the last maybe 5 or so years, where you've had the year of the, say, sunflower or the year of the cosmos. Can you tell us a bit about that project? Because that is really, I think that's really penetrated all corners of the market as well, and really helped us to highlight those particular genus and kind of put a spotlight. And certainly with the salvias, that led on to an RHS trial as well. So
well, thank you. I really like thank you for mentioning that. It's a project that lies very, very close to my heart, because I feel that it sort of shows the DNA of Fleuroselect. What we do, gold medals and Fleurostar, it's fantastic tools for new varieties. But at a certain stage, we also wanted an initiative to stimulate the sales of existing varieties. And Plant of the Year fitted that bill. So 2024 will be the year of the sunflower. And we are going to invite our members to send us the seed of their sunflower varieties. We will distribute those to high-level gardens, and there they will be sown. So next summer, the public will be able to admire the wide variety of the species. There are so many different kinds of sunflowers, and hopefully they will be inspired to sow sunflowers themselves. We're currently talking with RHS to see in which gardens. I know that they will surely be at Hyde Hall, at Floral Fantasia. And I know that within RHS, people are talking to see maybe in which other gardens would be interested in showing them as well.
Beautiful. And of course, another element of the whole Fleuroselect, there's so many different angles to what you guys do. There's also the networking events. And I was really lucky to be on not one, but 2 of those over the last 6 months or so. What type of content do guests get to experience on those events? Because lots of different learning opportunities and actual physical visits to companies as well.
Yeah. We try our best. Besides promoting new breeding achievements, one of our goals is also to connect breeders and young plant producers to create new business opportunities for them to enhance their commercial success. And we do that by organizing networking events, and there usually are a good mixture in between industry relevant visits, but also inspiring presentations. It's also nice you don't want to be in the meeting room all the time. It's also nice to go out and actually see stuff. So it's the topics are very diverse. It ranges from biodiversity over corporate social responsibility, energy transition, vertical farming, to market developments. It's really, really very diverse. We've got our home garden conference. We've got our breeders and distributors conference. So, we do lots of things in that area, and it's appreciated by our members.
Yeah, superb. And obviously being there is great for me to then meet different people in the industry, kind of bounce around ideas, learn about companies as well. And I've really, really, really enjoyed it. So.
Well, it was a pleasure to have you. We were happy to have you with us.
And I think, am I right? And you were doing some tickets for younger people, or you were looking at that of kind of more students? Did I dream that or not?
That was just a gimmick, really. That was just a gimmick because we wanted to attract the younger employees of our. We wanted to attract the younger employees of our members. So that's why we offered a 35% discount to under 35 employees of our members. So that was just a fun. Sometimes you just have to do fun stuff like that. That was just a fun little thingy. But 5 or 6 people actually attended on that ticket during the last conference. It was a tryout. We wanted to try and see if how it works. I think it worked fine. I very much enjoyed getting to know these younger colleagues and making them acquainted to Fleuroselect, to sort of start including the younger generation into our professional family.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And it's really nice that I guess usually they would feel, I don't know, that they wouldn't attend something that is mostly for older, more established people, but it's good that it seems more open than that. So, yeah, that's great.
Yeah. It's nice because you want to, what you would like, we would like to also encourage this sort of intergenerational networking, not just to also include the younger generation. Yeah. And I think that's something, I think it's a very nice way of achieving that.
Mm-hmm. Brilliant. So we're coming towards the end of the interview, but I just wondered, what would you like to make sure the public and home gardeners know about Fleuroselect and its awards?
What you should know is that Fleuroselect members create new pot and bedding plants. It's as simple as that. And with our awards, we help the industry and the consumer to choose a good, trustworthy variety for the garden.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. And
I think if there's one short thing that you want to remember, that's it.
Okay, excellent. And where can listeners find out more, or maybe find where they can visit a Fleuroselect trial in the summer season? Your website or your Instagram? Great. Yeah. Loads of info.
Everything. Yeah, all the latest with all the winners, all the gold medal, all the Floral Star, all the approved novelty winners. They're all listed in a separate section on our website. Okay. And if you wanted, we've got all the trial fields. They are listed on the website too. As I mentioned, in the UK, that's Floranova and Mr. Fothergill's. Mm-hmm. And the display gardens, they're mentioned on the website too. Yeah. Next to that, you can follow our social media channels. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And if not, you just give us a phone call.
Excellent. Cool. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. I think it was really important to explain Fleuroselect because I think it's something that is heard from time to time by home gardeners, but people might not have realised exactly what it is. So it's really, really good to have this chat with you today, Anne. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Michael. You're most welcome. It was a pleasure to be with you.
Hey guys, just finishing my second coffee of the day. I wasn't going to put in oh, that's nice. Sorry, I just saw a plant that's just come back to life after I watered it. I wasn't going to do a gossip, and I actually said to our editor, Gareth, no, go ahead, no worries. And now I've just had some sudden last minute panic, like, no, I want to add one, because I realised there's little things I want to tell you about, and also maybe compliment Ellen a bit as well. Yeah, well, anyway, what did I want to say? I've just woken up about an hour ago. Going to go along to Kew this morning. Got to go to the post office. There's a little post office near me that really love me now because I took them about 30 boxes of Princettia plants a week ago. No, not Princettia, cyclamen. That was it. So I've got Princettia on the brain. Honestly, they are surrounding me everywhere. I'm just on my balcony at the moment and they're really looking good because remember, these are the hardy poinsettias that you can put outside, so you better believe it. Check it out on my social medias. I've been listening to a couple of podcasts. It's quite nice to share when you listen to non-gardening podcasts. Oh, that plant's dead. How did that die? Oh, I'm just looking in my cabinet now. There are some plants that really elude me. I'm really, don't even want to try them anymore. Anyway, I was listening to The Trawl, which is like a really funny kind of political podcast. And then after that, I listened to People, Plants and Wellbeing, which is Ellen's podcast. Really, really lovely interview chat with Gemma about mental health. I really, really enjoyed that. Guys, I'm walking around my houseplants while I'm talking to you. Cyperus. Why can't I grow them? I'm keeping it wet at all times because it's a moist plant, but it's got all the tips are now yellow. Oh my God, I really want to grow this. Is such a beautiful plant. Oh. I'm halfway into giving you a houseplant tour now, so yeah, just follow me around a bit anyway. I've got my little planting that I made at the Glasshouse Botanics workshop last week. That is looking wonderful. That is the project for female prisoners, headed up by Callie and the team, and I was very honoured to be at their workshop with some of the prisoners last week or so. So I've got my planter there. Well, what other plants have got around? Well, let me tell you about these poinsettias. Hardy to 5 degrees. Really easy, much easier poinsettia, in inverted commas, than a lot of other types as well. And as I look now, I've got some in mixed planters outside, and they look really, really cute. Cyclamen, been growing cyclamen for a few weeks. I do need some tips on reflowering them, though. I need to look that up. I've got my stingray Alocasia, which I got from Provender. That has got a new leaf as well. Believe me, I often get caught up in this kind of houseplant trend and people assume that I'm going to be a houseplant expert, but I'm really not. So yeah, please don't ask me why your houseplant died. I've got my Monstera obliqua, which is a really big one I bought in Holland for €30. One of the leaves has turned a bit yellow. I'm becoming one of those houseplant obsessives, aren't I? Just one leaf is going yellow and I'm like panicking so much. What else have I got here? I've got this odd selection of a bedding begonia, some Princettia and some Agalanema as well. You know when you're looking at something, I don't know if I'm a designer really at the end of the day, I don't know. But I'm just looking at it and the shapes just kind of jar for me a little bit. I don't know. So I'm not sure if I'm completely content with that arrangement quite yet. I've tried to invest in bigger houseplants recently to give kind of more impact around the room. Anyway, it wasn't going to be a houseplant tour, so sorry. Shock horror, I've just been on holiday. Shock horror again, I'm going on holiday next week. But I've been working so hard all year, so please don't hate me for it. Very often you'll see me away, but it's very often work. And if I have like one day or something to then, I don't know, do some sightseeing or tourist stuff on the end of that, it's still a work trip, so it still never feels like a real switch off. And I think when you're freelance as well, you never truly switch off either. So I'm really looking forward to it. I might even, oh no, I probably won't do that, leave my hotel in the room. No, I'm not sure about that. But definitely my room key card will be in my shoe. Let's put it that way. So yeah, I'm going to go to Spain. Have a wonderful time. I've just come back from Antwerp on a miniature trip, seeing Madonna in concert, no less, which was really, really super. Yeah, so it's kind of like a little bit, I always feel, because it's so busy through the year, I feel like kind of as I get to October, November, that's almost my summer, my time off a little bit, because I'll be free a little bit through November, December, and then obviously QVC starts off in January, February, March. So yeah, but few work trips coming up through November actually. South of France, Morel for the cyclamen, and also Italy for poinsettia. Oh, and Holland. I'm doing a really, really cool trip, like tour around all the growers as well. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. So yeah, there's a lot of cool things that are coming up, and I'll be writing about them all on my Substack. I think you've heard the buzz about Substack, right? It's like a new kind of platform, like blogging platform. So you can put video, images, written content as well. Really, really quite a buzz around it at the moment. Some of the big stars are even to use it as well. I've got a big new kind of schedule for it as well. At the moment, you'll be listening to this on Sunday. And if you look on my Substack, which is Grow This, Not That, you will find that I've been posting there every day with a wonderful article. It's free of charge. There is a paid option where probably about one article a month you will need to pay for, but generally free. But also for the paid ones, We should never be ashamed to monetize our knowledge a little bit, but also it will go to supporting my trips and travels where I'm looking around, kind of like hunting out new products and new ideas for all you guys as well. So yeah, if you need the link, then no doubt look on my Instagram and it will be all over there like a really bad rash. So yeah, I just wanted to report to you on a few things really. It's also my book-iversary, so you can still order Hortus Curious. I will do you a hot deal on my own website that includes a little goodie bag as well. And why can't I grow Nephrolepsis? Honestly, this Boston fern, it was happy for about 5 months and now it's just spaffing out broken leaves everywhere, honestly. Sorry for this haphazard tour of my houseplants, really. What's that box up there? Oh, it must be books. I'm going to be at the Chiswick Flower Market, actually. Going to have a stand. My lovely friend Lorna is going to help me out, and I'm going to be selling books for Christmas with a little goodie bag as well, so I need to get that organised in the next few weeks. Anyway, that's my little gossip, which goes on to the end of the Fleuroselect interview. You might think, oh, this is something very serious in industry, but it's a really, really good listen, so I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave us a 5-star review. We've actually changed the settings on the review system, so you can't actually leave anything less than 5 stars. Sorry about that, guys. Go for it. Bye. Introducing our sponsor, LAVA-LITE. Orchid Grow Plus is the purple one. Orchid plant care can be very tricky. Orchid Grow Plus takes care of orchids effortlessly. Perfect for mixing with bark and other media, Orchid Grow Plus helps to maintain stability and increases airflow to the roots, and it will not break down like other organic matter or media. Choosing Orchid Grow Plus is the perfect solution to make caring for your orchids simple. Look out for it online or in your local gardening store. The music for the Plant-Based podcast is part of the song Grow by Mikey James, and our editor is Gareth Patch of Semi Echo.